What's up? So on this edition of Thursdays Are for Gear, it's Wednesday evening. Just got done walking through Kincaid Park. You'll see that video, hopefully. Anyway, I wanted to kind of go through what I've learned so far this week. First of all, sweatbands are worth their weight in gold. They don't weigh much, so it's not a lot of gold, but they're worth their weight in gold. Second, trekking poles, worth their weight in gold. I've got the Black Diamond Alpine carbon corks. What that means is they're made by Black Diamond. They're the Alpine model. They're made out of carbon fiber, which these are probably, I saw somebody test a bunch of trekking poles. These are like the strongest ones on the planet. And the handle is cork. It's got this nice rubbery felt kind of rubber piece right here too, which is really nice. But the handle's made out of cork, and what that does is A, it absorbs the oil in your hand, and B, it will form to your hand. So mine's already started to form, kind of fit to my hand. So it's got these really nice, straps that you can tighten and loosen and stuff like that. So look, trekking poles, whichever ones you like, whichever ones you like, worth their weight in gold, hands down. One thing about the Black Diamonds is they've got a 1/16 of an inch adjustment screw in their flip locks. Mine were a little loose, so Monday when I was doing flat top mountain, my right one would slip a little bit. So I went and bought this little thing. Came in a 2-pack. I got a metric one and a standard one. Went and got it from Lowe's, and both of them together were like $6. And there's no sales tax in Alaska, so North Carolina, you need to pick it up. All right. But this thing is invaluable, and I've got these Allen wrench screws on my trekking poles. I've got Allen wrench screws on some other gear. These things are going to come in real handy, so I keep it right here. Osprey Rook pack, love it. It's absolutely wonderful. So I keep this thing right here in my side pouch with my I got my granddaddy's knife in there, right? Keep that in there, and I'll put my wallet and things in there too. So I was on my way from the office yesterday when we went to Byron Glacier, and before I went back to the hotel, and I stopped at a outdoor outfitter store called the Skinny Raven. It's a running store, but they had some darn tough socks in there, which I'm wearing right now, and they're very, very comfortable. I got the running ones. I need to get some hiking ones. They got them in RAI, but what I saw was I found this bear bell, which you might hear rattling around in my videos. When you're out here, like we're in Kincaid Park right now, they tell all the signs say make noise, carry bear spray, be bear aware, if you will. So I thought that's kind of important, right? Yesterday we cooked at the Glacial Lake, that jet boil, that 1.8 liter jet boil. It's amazing. It boils water so fast. It's easy to light, easy to turn off, easy to operate, easy to use, whatever you want to call it. Worth its weight in gold. The Mountain House food is not bad. This morning I had, don't tell anybody, but I cooked it in my hotel room on my jet boil. But I had biscuits and gravy, which wasn't bad. The biscuits were pretty good. The gravy piece, or the sausage pieces in there, didn't necessarily rehydrate all the way, so they were kind of chewy, but it tasted good. I added a little salt and pepper. Biscuits and gravy, you got to. But I also had Mountain House scrambled eggs with uncured bacon. Let me tell you something, that was so good. The eggs rehydrated right up. That uncured bacon in there tastes so good. I was very surprised. There's that. I had the high protein Mountain House chili mac last night at the lake. It was okay. 8 out of 10. The biscuit and gravy, 9 out of 10. The eggs and uncured bacon, 10. They were very good. I was impressed. Now look, that may be because I used to eat food in the chow hall and all that stuff's the eggs are green, right? I don't know. But it was really good, really good. Hey, one thing, this little anchor block, I bought 2 of these off of Amazon. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack. It's an Anchor Zolo power bank, 20K, 45 watt output. This thing will charge your phone super fast, and you get like 8 charges out of it for an iPhone 15 Pro. So, you know, I got 2 of them. I got one in this pack, and I got one in my computer bag. Worth their weight in gold, hands down. And they're not super heavy, but you know, when I go out on the Appalachian Trail, or you know, when we go, we're gonna go hike and then camp and then finish. You know, I guess you could call it a through hike. It's Raven Rock. It's only like 40 miles. But, we're gonna hike it and then camp out overnight and then hike back on 4th of July. You know, that thing's gonna come in handy for sure. So you know, we'll hike all that stuff. Hey, that pullover. I don't have. You know what? I do have one with me. I got my blue one with me. So check this pullover out. I got this at that discount Dick's store in Fayetteville. I don't know if everybody's gonna see this. They're gonna see, you know, I think Dick's calls it going, gone or something like that. But it's a discount Dick's store. I got 2 of these. These Howler pullovers. They are so comfortable and so soft and so warm. See that Howler? They don't block wind or anything, but they are amazing. If I go back to that Dick's store and I see any more of them, I'm gonna get them. It's called Howler Bros. If I go back to that Dick's store and I see any more of these, my wife's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna buy every one of them because I love these things. They're a great layer when it's cold. It was so cold on that glacial lake last night that I threw this thing on, and it did, like I said, it didn't really block the wind, but it was nice. So this is a great buy for me. Anyway, stuff that back in here. Somebody just has to drive by me. I don't know why people just got to drive by. They didn't even parking. You just drove through the parking lot. Anyway, people gonna people, right? The other thing that's in this stuff sack is my, you know what? I'm gonna pull it out because I wore it the other day when it was drizzling out, and it's a great little jacket. I got this at the Dick's outlet store too. This is Free Country. It's a Free Country. It's not rain proof. It's not waterproof, but it's rain resistant. And it's very comfortable. It's got some bulk to it for the size of it. It's a 2X. I want to say it's cut like a 3X though. It fits over the Howler little layer. So you know, it's really just nice to have these layers with you. You know, especially like right now. I sweated out here on this trail a little bit, and you know, the sun doesn't set here this time of year, but it goes down behind them mountains over there, and the breeze blows. It's a little chilly. Throw a layer on, right? Nothing. I mean, you know, we're gonna go home. We're not gonna sweat it out. We're not sweating to the oldies anymore. So these stuff sacks are worth their weight in gold too. This one's a Cedar Summit. A Cedar Summit stuff sack. You know, you just kind of stuff it in there. And you know, I was talking to a guy. I can't remember the name of the company that he owns, but I'm gonna find out, and I'll record a little. I'll put a shout out in the comments or something. But really nice guy. I was talking to him on Facebook, and he owns an outfitting company. And I told him, I was like, bro, you know, what you need to do is you need to make these roll top stuff sack dry bags that you can clip on the side, so you don't have the loop on the top. You can actually just clip it on the side. I've seen one before. If I had known what I knew, if I'd known then what I know now, and look, I'm no expert, but if I'd known then what I know now, I would have bought it. But I haven't seen it since. So he's like, dude, I'll look into that, see if we can't make some or something like that. I was like, man, that'd be awesome, because that thing would really come in handy. Hey, you know, that spoon I used last night, the Tokes titanium long-handled spoon. I got the spork to match it. That thing's awesome. You know, you could dig down in that bag. I really wish Mountain House, you know, when I was in the Army, some of the packets in the MREs, they had 2 tear points. So you'd get halfway down and you'd tear that off and you wouldn't have to be digging in there. It'd be nice if one of these, and it may exist, I don't know, but I know Mountain House doesn't have it on their bags, but it'd be nice if one of these manufacturers, dehydrated food manufacturers, had the double tears on their bags. But you know, let's see what else. Oh, I'm wearing my Lone Peak 9 Pluses right now. I've got, in fact, watch this. You know, I got them muddy on Monday. They dried out. They don't smell. The dirt came off. I can wash that off. I took the insoles out and I put these sole wide insoles in there. They fit like a glove in these things. You get them, you know, I got little baby feet, so I wear a 9, but you get them in the size you need, just stick them right in there. And these actually form as you walk. They form your feet, so it takes some time, but they're more comfortable than when I first put them in there. I can tell you that much. So these things are awesome. Got my darn tough socks on. I just broke a lock lace, so that's nice. Don't do lock laces. Put the laces, leave the laces in your shoe. If you can't tie laces, you can't tie your shoes, learn how to tie your shoes. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, I got a Sensign tripod that my phone's sitting on right now. Comes with the remote, so you can, you know, start and stop the videos. That thing's really come in handy. It's a selfie stick that doubles as a tripod, made by Sensign. It wasn't expensive at all. Comes in handy. It's really nice. Just something to look at. I don't know. I don't think I got anything else. I think this is probably going to wrap up this episode of Thursdays for Gear. Oh, I do have something. So Monday I wore a pair of my Wrangler work pants. These things. These pants right here. I wear these for work like every day. Love them. They're comfortable. The button doesn't last very long, you know, when you're moving and stuff like that. So sometimes the button pops out. Very comfortable pants. They're good for the trail. I wouldn't go 20 miles a day in them. But what I would go 20 miles a day in, I got 2 pairs of 511 Ridge pants from the 511 store in Fayetteville. They're probably the best pants I ever put on. They run a little small, so you know, if you're in between sizes, you know, they run a little small. I just want to leave it there. But they're very, very comfortable pants. They stretch in all the right ways. I'd take them on the trail. You know, when I do the AT, when I do the Appalachian Trail in 2030, when I get older, I'll probably be wearing shorts and stuff like that. But you know, I wore a pair of them yesterday to the glacier and all that stuff, and they're comfortable, very comfortable pants. So I think that's it for this episode of Thursday is for Gear. Hey, if there's anything I can pray about, leave it in the comments. Instant best, you can message me on YouTube if you need to. I'm open 24/7, and I will pray with you. I'll pray for you. We were put on this earth to worship the Lord, and I believe part of that is praying for each other. So we need to storm the throne room of grace and share each other's burdens. I believe, you know, as children of God, we're called to do that. Hey, remember, Jesus died for you. He loves you. And the Father sent his only begotten Son so you could be saved. So remember that. I love you, and we'll see you next time.